Greetings! So in this video we're going to be talking a little bit more about my background and how I became an e-commerce email marketer, like what kind of career even is this, because usually if you checked any of my other videos I just tell you like, hey, you should listen to what I have to say about e-com email because I've been doing this for 9 years. We worked with over 300 e-commerce brands, including 2 Fortune 500 companies. But yeah, and usually I just tell you that just so you know the most important things. But if you're interested in learning a little bit more about me, then this is going to be that video. So when I was younger, I kind of wanted to be an investment banker, maybe. I mean, like when I was super young, I wanted to be a footballer. But then it was like kind of like, okay, I'm not good enough. So what else can we do? And then I saw The Wolf of Wall Street, and it's my favorite movie ever. So I was like, yeah, this looks pretty good. So then I studied economics at school, but I wasn't really like, I didn't feel like, I wasn't sure about this. And then I met my dear friend Jaroslav. I went to uni in England, and I'm originally from Hungary. And then he was like, no, fuck that. Like, you can just kind of like have an online business, do marketing, something like that, or sell things online, and then you can travel the world and all of these things. And I was like, sounds like a better deal. So let's explore that one. And he sent me this course, online course from Timothy Mark. It's an Australian guy. He used to do some pickup stuff before, and it's called Freedom Business. A really good course in my opinion, especially about copywriting, by the way, and positioning and things of that nature. Maybe not the best for like sales and like lead gen, which I learned later. But then I was like, I don't know, like glued to my screen when I was like 19. And then I was like, this is what I want to be doing. Like he was selling, yeah, like just telling. And what I liked about it is he gave you actual business ideas, because it's so many courses out there are kind of like, oh, like just do whatever, like whatever is like your passion. Like no, like I want 50 ideas so that I can choose one. Like I don't give a fuck. Like I just want to make money, and I want to be able to travel online, and I want it to be like something interesting, right? So then I saw the options that he wrote down, and I was like, there was like CV writing in there, and I was always like interested in writing my CV, and it just seemed like an interesting niche. So I was doing that, and I spent like 3 months doing my website, which obviously didn't really lead anywhere. And then I was like really trying everything for like a year to try to make money. I was running Facebook ads without like getting actual like it was a tougher niche than what I would say now. Is just like people would see my brand and they don't know who the fuck I am. So obviously they're not going to pay £200 for me to write their CV, and I'm a 20-year-old guy from Hungary who's at university. So maybe wasn't the smartest one, but I learned so much. I learned so much about copywriting. That's where honestly, like, I'm really still utilizing a lot of the things that I learned then about copywriting, like old school copywriters, scientific advertising, all of these OG books that are like all-timer. And I really fell in love with this kind of like short sentences, punchy type of copywriting, which we still use, by the way, for our clients right now in email marketing, especially when they allow us. There are some clients that don't want us to do that type of stuff and make it more like a professional corporate, that type of thing. But I always love writing that kind of copy ever since. And then I was doing cold calling for like a year as well in the US. And again, I'm some guy, 21-year-old guy from Hungary with an accent. And I was calling these, auto repair shop guys. Bill, 55-year-old from the US who only lived in Texas his whole life and maybe not the most internationally exposed person. So I'm like, why the fuck would I pay you money to build me a website? Like, why do I have clients? I have enough. Like, why would I need? So the targeting wasn't really there. But then again, we learned a lot about sales. So we learned about how to catch someone's attention, talk in a way that keeps them on the call, accepting rejection, which was huge. And I read amazing books. I still think the best cold calling book I've ever read is actually from Jordan Belfort, The Way of the Wolf. Incredible book. It talks about like I love books that are like super nuanced, like how to add your tone. Like if you finish a sentence with like it goes up. It's kind of like called up talk in like different types of psychology. And then that kind of like draws people in, whereas like if you finish a sentence on a down, like you're stating something, they don't feel the need to say anything. Whereas if you say a sentence but you end it on a high, like this, which is kind of annoying, I think yeah, I don't know. I just don't really like people who do that in general. But in certain situations, like especially at the beginning of the call, it's like, "Hey, John, I'm Ben from Stratton Oakmont from Dallas, Texas." Like it's like if you say like this with the pause as well, and it's just like super to the minute detail. He explained his entire process, which was, in my opinion, incredible. I couldn't stop listening to the book. I like to. I'm an oral learner. No, not in the that way. It's like AURAL. So like by listening. So it means I learn best not by reading something, but by listening. So anyway, I listen to a lot of audiobooks, and then. So I was doing the CV writing, didn't make any money. I was doing cold calling, didn't make any money, but I built a lot of skills. And then I was like super sold on this idea that I want to work online. And then I was applying for a few things, I didn't get accepted. And then just someone from my network of like people that I just knew from Hungary and like online business communities, things of that nature where I was in. He was hiring a Klaviyo account manager for his email marketing agency when I just finished university, so I must have been 22, something like that. And then I applied, luckily I got it. It was one of the happiest days of my life. And I ended up working at that agency for 5 more years. Buddha Media, if I don't know, should I mention that? Should I not? Like, is it good? I don't know. I don't know if it's good to mention it. And Daniel Budai, learned a lot from him. Have nothing but respect. Really serious, good business guy, and great guy too. And I was working for them for like 5 years, and that's where I kind of learned a lot about client communication. For example, like having habits. Like I was just some 22-year-old guy without any habits, like working. I'm a night owl, so I don't know. Okay, this is something. If you take anything, okay, maybe you take. Maybe this video has been more valuable than what I thought. I don't know. My whole life I've been a night owl, so I just don't like to wake up super early. I always when I was studying, I did my best study hours like in the evening, and I don't know. It's just been my way. And even now, like I wake up at 1 p.m. every day. And what I noticed is with this sleep schedule stuff, actually what's important is getting enough vitamin D into your body, like just from a purely health perspective. Like everyone says like, oh, you have to wake up early, which I understand. Okay, yes, if you want to be a billionaire, it probably helps, especially but for example, just as a quick side note, so a lot of this is just my opinion, right? Like I'm 30, I'm not a billionaire, so I'm not Alex Hormozy, like I'm this is not advice, this is just like something that has kind of worked for me and for my case, because I'm not in some kind of like a rush to become a billionaire right now, which I don't know, you might or might not relate to, I don't know, but this is just my truth. Like I used to live with these super motivated e-com guys who were like really judging me when I was living in Bali about like, hey, you wake up super late, like why are you so lazy? And actually I really don't think I'm lazy, because I'm super consistent, and I just wake up late. I don't know, I just like it. And I like to sleep a lot, the same time every day. That's actually the most important thing with sleep, what I learned, and to get enough vitamin D. So that means you need to get sun exposure before 2 p.m. So for example, if you live in Norway, but you're like super like Alex Hormozy, wake up at 4 a.m., cold shower, all of this thing, actually I get more vitamin D than you, even though I wake up at 1, because I live in Bangkok. And also, by the way, I wake up before you, or like kind of like the same time because of the time difference. So you cannot even make that argument. And also I don't have a family, so there's like a lot of the actual, like if you break it down, yeah, okay, I get it at face value. You should wait, like rich people wake up early, therefore you should wake up early too. I get that, completely get it. If you, however, like break down the actual individual arguments, okay, so a lot of what people are saying is like, it's good because you wake up before everyone else does, so there's no distractions. But I don't have a family, I don't have to take my kids to school, so I just wake up, I have my phone on Do Not Disturb. With all of my friends, we have this understanding that we just respond to each other in our own time. So I don't have a girlfriend, like a wife, something like that. Like I just respond to people like after like 5 or 6, something like that. So I just have my phone on Do Not Disturb, and the first few hours of the day is just for me to do my thing, okay? And anyway, it has been working quite well for me. I don't see too many people talking about this, whereas I think it's important to like understand your own like natural rhythm. For example, my dad would always wake up earlier, and he was my hero when I was younger, and even now to a certain extent, more or less. But he was my inspiration, and he would always wake up late. And he was very smart, and I just want to be like him. So maybe there's like a subconscious reason for this. But I do, for example, see myself, like for example, when I was living in Brazil, I would wake up at 8, 9 a.m. But it's just when it's in Thailand, it kind of suits my lifestyle better here. And also, honestly, it's good for clients here because we have a lot of clients from the US. So it's kind of a good thing that I wake up late, if you think about it, and so on. So anyway, that's just a quick rant about like sleep schedules and stuff. Where the fuck was I going with this? Yeah, right. So I was working at this Buddha Media for 5 years, email marketing agency. And what was good for me is I kind of tried out every other business that I want. It allowed me, honestly, I was kind of surprised with, it wasn't that much work, or at least the way I did it. I think like maybe I'm not the best employee, by the way. Because I kind of wanted to just get away with this has been a really big learning, by the way. Like when I work for someone else, like I'm kind of like, I was questioning like, am I just not motivated? Because I was kind of comfortable and it was really good for me. I think it was just my journey. There's a lot of guys around me. All of my best friends had their own businesses. So I kind of felt a little bit like I'm behind, but it didn't really bother me, honestly, because I was kind of comfortable with the amount of money I was making, and also it allowed me to, like, the very little stress if it's not your own business, by the way. And also it allowed me to slowly but surely adjust to this lifestyle and kind of like catch up with all of my friends who were like maybe just adjusted to this online entrepreneur lifestyle a bit earlier. Because, for example, for me, I just liked to party back in the day a bit more and kind of, I don't know, like not work as much maybe, or I don't know, something like that, which I think is kind of normal when you're in your 20s. It's like I meet a lot of people who are like insanely motivated. I have a bit of a concern because I've seen many people around me who do this like super intense 12-hour a day, all of this hustle stuff. And I just have seen a lot of them burn out. Some of them have gut health issues, which, by the way, I had too after starting my own business. So maybe I'm also like an argument in favor. Like even when you're not that, like I'm like, everyone has like strengths and weaknesses. One of my strengths, I think, is consistency. And I'm not much of an extreme person in most ways. Like, I don't know, like for example, even with drinking, when I drink alcohol, it's like, I don't know, I have 2 and then I'm kind of fine. Whereas I know that many of my friends who are kind of like, let's say they say they're an extreme personality, which means when they're focusing on their business, all they do is their business and they like kind of like shut off everything else, which can be good if, you know, for like scaling and like all of this stuff and like short term, like make a lot of money now. But I don't know, like the way I want to do it is also like I have this mantra that I have to enjoy it because I'm not in a rush to exit to sell this agency because it's the most marketable skill that I have. So therefore it's good if I enjoy it and it's like not super stressful for me, which has been things that I've been paying attention to. By the way, just a quick another thing, like I don't see a lot of men out there like talking about our like feelings and stuff, which imagine, oh, that's like, I don't know, like weak, don't be soft, something like that, which I get again, because I know there's a lot of like, again, Alex Hormozy stuff out there. He was saying like, I want to normalize a 16-hour workday for men, which again, I understand, and he's great, he makes more money than me, so like, obviously, like if your goal is to make a lot of money, and this is not, I'm not even giving advice, it's just like, I'm just kind of telling my story and my current philosophy. So if you watch my video and then watch Alex Hormozy's video and your only goal, you don't really give a fuck about like how you feel and you just kind of want to make as much money as possible, you should definitely listen to Alex more than me. And I absolutely love him. He's amazing videos and content and just very inspiring. It's just like kind of like what I noticed about myself is my way is kind of like this more, and many people saying out there like, if you don't want to work that much and like you're kind of like okay with maybe like not me being a millionaire or whatever, then that's fine. Like you like, I don't know, like I just don't really give a fuck about like, I don't really need this agency to right now make 500k per month. So anyway, that's just been my philosophy. Yeah. So I was working there for 5 years, and it allowed me to try every other business that I wanted to try. So for example, my other passions are, for example, football. So I had a football blog. I tried a football podcast, both in Hungarian and in English. And while it was good, I kind of realized that I would like to keep football more as a passion, like something that I do in my free time just for fun, to switch off from my real business. I don't really want my passion to be my work. I like this dichotomy of like, I do the business stuff now, I'm a good boy, now I do the fun stuff. I also did dating coaching for 1 year. Maybe I will make a few more videos about that in this or other channel, because I have a lot to say there, but I wanted to keep it focused on this one for now. About email marketing, yeah. And then I tried also playing poker. I tried actually becoming a professional footballer. And I don't know, all roads led back to, and I think I tried a few other things like e-commerce as well. And all roads led back to, I think I'm good at this, the email marketing stuff. I think it suits my personality because it requires a lot of like people skills. So dealing with people, like making people like you, like things like that. So I don't know, it's just many people ask me like, why don't you have your own store? And it's like, I think e-com suits a lot of people who are naturally super introverted and maybe a little bit autistic, by the way. Again, this is not, I don't know, this again, just like in the previous video, like, do I have to say some disclaimer now? Like, this is not medical advice, I guess, like something like that. So, yep. So it allowed me to try all the other businesses because there was not that much pressure on me to like only focus on this one thing, because I kind of was like able to like kind of do my job at a, I think, pretty decent level for 5 years. I'm just being honest. Like, I know, like, yeah, it was just like being an employee is just like not my full. I think there are people who are amazing employees, and it's not a bad thing. Like, it's not like, oh, you're supposed to be like, you're not my level. I genuinely don't believe that. We have Mariana on my team, who is absolutely incredible. She has no interest in being an entrepreneur because it's a lot of headache. It's a lot of talking to clients and pretending to be nice to them. And it's a lot of sales, like reaching out to people, and she hates that stuff. What she wants to do is make sure that the emails that we send are good and there's no mistakes. She loves to spot mistakes and loves to optimize things, loves to like really think about things and prove herself there and like day by day. And she's incredible at her job, and this is her, I just think this is her destiny, and she makes great money. And everyone is happy. She's happy this way. She doesn't need to think about, oh, we lost this client. Now I'm not like, are we gonna able to pay rent next month? Like, I don't know. Like, never has does she have this issue, because she's not really a freelancer. Like, she has a stable 1 or 2 jobs, something like this, and it's great for her. And I love that. Yeah, anyway, and then I was working there for 5 years, and then we parted ways with Budai Media, and then I started my own thing. It took like, I knew exactly what I was doing because I was doing also the sales there, and sales calls, and built systems, trained people, managed a bunch of clients, especially at the beginning, did a lot of copywriting and all the rest of it. So I knew everything, how I wanted to do it, and because I was 5 years in there, and there were already some things in year 4 and 5 where I was like, I would do this thing differently if this was my business. But obviously they're doing great. This is not a criticism, it's just everyone is different, right? So I knew exactly what I was doing, and I don't know, but the first year was super fucking stressful because I needed to take every single paying opportunity just to get by. And I had serious like existential stress, like do I need to move back to my parents' place? Almost at all times. There were some decent months, but most of them was super stressful. And yeah, after a year, it started to become like at a good level, and I've been doing that so the business has been kind of mine for like 3 years, and now here we are. I'm in Bangkok. If you're somewhere nearby, shoot messages. If you like this kind of video, or I don't know, like, comment, subscribe, all of these things, really appreciate it. And yep, see you in the next one.